Hi everyone, I'm Sarah Melton. I am so sorry for not being able to be there with you this afternoon. I am in clinic in Lebanon, Virginia, and my schedule got a little bit overbooked and I wasn't going to be able to make it there in time. But I wanted to send this message to you because I'm hoping a lot of you will be really interested in my elective. As you can see on the screen, the title of my elective is Substance Abuse and Addiction in Appalachia, Impacting the Community Through a Vision of Change. Last year was the first year that we offered this elective, and it filled up very quickly, and I think most of the class had a great time. I know I certainly had a great time with them during the elective. This elective is over a full semester, so it is a full 2-credit-hour elective. This year, we're going to make some small changes. We probably will not be using the same textbook. I'm going to change the focus a little bit more to be more project-driven, exploratory, more reading, discussion in class about the different types of addiction that we see, including prescription drug abuse in the Appalachian region. The other exciting thing is that we are trying to move this elective to be offered also for medical students, for nursing students, and public health. So if you decide to take this elective, you will actually be able to work with students interprofessionally as you work together to really come up with a vision of change to impact our community. So what we'll be doing over the semester is a little different than most electives that you may think about. One of the special projects we do is you actually put yourself in the place of an addict. And I ask you to become totally abstinent with something that's important to you over a 2-week period of time. So that might be caffeine. That might be not going on Facebook for 2 weeks. It might be not biting your fingernails. It's something that you can choose. But the interesting thing is during that 2 weeks, you'll go through all of the phases of withdrawal, of relapse perhaps, but it really puts yourself in the perspective of someone with addiction. I have you keep a diary during this time, and we talk about what you're going through. You have a support system in the class that will help you, just like a 12-step meeting would do. We also have you visit different 12-step meetings in the area, so you'll go with a partner, with a group, to Narcotics Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous, and to Celebrate Recovery. One of the favorite activities of the students last year was actually going to visit our opioid dependence treatment program in Lebanon, where you actually will get to work with patients that have addiction to prescription drugs and work with them in a group setting along with an interdisciplinary team of a physician, an addiction counselor, peer recovery specialists, and other students that might be there. So the students have just loved that. It's a very comprehensive outpatient program. The other things that you'll get to do during the elective is we pick a book that you'd like to read that has to do with the area of addiction, and we talk about it in class. We reflect on what we've learned through the book, so we'll pick several of those. Each person will have their own choice of a book, but we will all share and learn from each other. We also each week look at current events, what's happening in the news with the area, with the topic of addiction. And we also focus on what is our role for the different professions, whether it be a physician, a nurse practitioner, a physician assistant, a pharmacist, a dentist perhaps. What are each of our roles when we're working with patients if we suspect they might have addiction? What are the available treatments are out there? What does it mean to be in a medication-assisted treatment program versus an abstinence-based program? We'll also look at different categories of drugs that can cause addiction. We'll look at the impacts of those drugs on the brain, what available treatments are out there, but most importantly, what's the role of the pharmacist in assisting the patients and the caregivers with coping with the disease of addiction and how to get the best treatment. I invite you to talk with any of the students that had the elective last year. This year we will not be having exams. The grades will be based on projects and more in-class activities that we do. Again, we'll probably be using no textbook. Instead, we'll be doing outside readings that I will provide to you. But overall, it's a great time for us to get together to learn. And we finish up the elective by in your group actually coming up with a project that you can actually do in the community that will assist you to make these changes that you've come up with through your vision. I had 7 students that wanted to go on to try to enact their projects that they came up with. And so that's what we're doing this semester. So not only in this elective are you going to be learning about addiction, you're actually going to be trying to solve some of the issues that come along with this terrible disease and actually put them into effect. So my invitation is, I hope a lot of you come and want to know more about the elective. Feel free to come to my office, room 325, or email me at meltonst@etsu.edu, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. Thank you.